Hey there, guys. So today I am getting a message here that I see a lot of you guys are very attractive individuals. All right, I don't know if you have fire in your chart or whatnot, but whether you are a fire sign or not, you exude a lot of this bold and passionate type of energy. You know what I'm saying? You might come across as very sexy, very demure, is what I'm getting here, very alluring, right? It's like your movements might be like full of grace and everything like that, but it's like every movement you do, like every inch you move, or like every inch of you is like pure, like, like perfection almost away. Like, I don't want to say perfection, but like it's like full of grace, full of demure, fear, like pure of like beauty, if that makes any sense, right? And poise and elegance, right? And I'm getting here that um I'm not necessarily getting that whatever type of issue you're going through, it's about insecurity within your physical appearance. I feel like a lot of you guys did go through this stage where maybe there was some sense of insecurity, but I'm getting the message here that like that stage of your sense of insecurity was like gone. You came to like love yourself, and I feel like that after this stage of like hermit mode of like you processing things, recollecting things, and things like that, coming to terms with the type of soul and individual that you are, it's like nothing really stood in your way. Like, whatever people say things about you, like if people were to be talking shit about you, it's not even gonna phase you. I'm getting to the point where like if somebody's gonna talk shit about you, you're gonna be able to have a comeback for that. Or in a way, like I do get you guys like being like sassy about it, but I'm also getting like some of you guys just like not paying attention to it. It's like you're just focusing on yourself, if that makes any sense. Some of you guys, I'm kind of getting like, this was so strange because I actually wanted to make a TikTok about this, but I haven't because, like, I don't know. I felt like I should get the message out on here because I feel like that the collective really needs to know this. But I was getting a message like I, for some reason, was channeling Maleficent, right? Not the old like Disney '90s version of Maleficent. I'm talking about like the the new 2020s Maleficent, right? And the reason why I'm channeling is because like I'm getting this image where it's like regardless of your gender, like you come across as like very sharp, and I'm also getting the word like unique. Like there's something like, I don't know why, but like I was paying very much attention to like Maleficent's features, right? And like I came to realize that like everything about her, like every ounce of her like facial features, every ounce of her aesthetic and the way how she presents herself was like almost as if like it was put in with so much like attention and detail. And I'm getting that that is the type of person you who you are. It's like a lot of people can never see, like for some of you guys, like you might notice a lot of people get jealous or envious of you and things like that. And I'm getting it's because they can never find any like ounce of imperfection with you in you. Like if they even try to, it's like they can't, because the more that they look at it, the more they come to realize like every part of you is just beautiful in its own and unique way. And even though you might like, there may be times where you may feel like, oh, I don't feel like I'm good enough, or because I don't have this type of bone structure, or I don't have these type of features, right? But it's like you make it work for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people that are like, you know how like especially in the beauty standard where people are like doing this whole looks maxing thing, right? Where it's like you have to have these certain traits that in order to be considered like fully blown attractive. But a thing that a lot of people miss when it comes to like especially like looks maxing, right? Keep in mind, this is just an example, right? Is that a lot of people would think like, oh, I have to have like a super chiseled jawline, or I have to have like these hunter like eyes, I have to have like this small like button nose and things like that. When really in reality, yeah, you can have that stuff, but if you notice that majority of the people, like the models that end up having exactly all those features, they end up not looking attractive, right? And it's because it doesn't match with their like facial harmony. There's no harmony in that. You know what I'm saying? So like even though yes, it is considered macho and attracted to have masculine traits, it's like they also need to add a balance of femininity to like kind of like allow like women or like people that are feminine to be more like a little like be able to open up to them a little bit more like and see a gentle side, because if they just see the whole macho like version of them, it intimidates them and it scares them away. So I know that's like a long example, but hopefully like you get where I'm coming from, and I'm getting like that is the message that I'm getting here, where it's like no matter how hard people try to find the imperfection within you, they can never, because every ounce of you is just perfect in its own and unique way. And it's really interesting because I'm getting that like you have a hard time seeing that. Like it's not as if that like you don't, put in effort or anything like that, right? Like I get you being able to like try to all the time self-improve, you all the time. Then I'm not getting just like physical looks, but you always try to find ways to like level up yourself and improve yourself, because that's how much you actually started loving and caring for yourself. You love yourself so much that you start to put like as much time and effort into yourself from the inside and also external, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of like the message that I'm getting here, where it's like, like with Maleficent, like going back to the whole Maleficent thing, it's like like you might have like these certain traits or features that is not very like understandable to you, right? Or like some of you guys might be like for example, like for me, I had people like compliment me like saying that I have really nice brown eyes, and in my head I don't understand that, because in my head I think brown colored eyes is boring, because almost every single like what like almost like 80 or 90% of the world or population has like brown eyes. Is just such a common like dominant like gene and like dominant trait to have. In my head, like having blue or green eyes or some like eyes that are like more exotic look more way better. But then it's like it's not to say that they don't look good, it's just that like the way how other people see it, it's like it just matches them. And I'm getting like whenever I had people complimenting me, right, it's like they were like, yeah, but it's like if for some reason it just matches you so well, you know what I'm saying, like the shape of your eyes, how it matches with your face and everything like that. And I was like, huh, I never really thought about it that way, because in my head it just never really occurred to me, you know what I'm saying. It just seemed like a not so much of a like something that really stood out, you know what I'm saying. But it's like you may not see it as something that stands out, but like everyone else can see it and they notice that. It might be such a small detail like the eyes, but it's like, and it just seems so unnoticeable, but it's like everyone else is able to notice that, if that makes any sense. And I'm getting that that's like the type of person you are, where it's like every part of you is just so unique in its own way and it complements you. And I'm getting that like, so like with the whole Maleficent thing, it's like you come across as like some of you guys might be like really into dark aesthetics and things like that or something like that. Some of you guys could be like more into like the, what is it called, some of you guys could, I don't want to say goth, but like, oh, alternative. Some of you guys could be more like in the alternative. Some of you guys could be goth, but it's like there's like a darkness to you, whether that's expressed on the outside or inside, and there's also this sense of mysteriousness, and also like a sense of like allure within you, if that makes any sense. So like people all the time are like, well, you have to be like, you have to wear dark clothes in order to come off as like alluring or mysterious, when really that's not all the case, right? If you have like a very mysterious personality, like it would also gravitate other people as well too. And I'm getting that that's the type of person that you are, that not only are you alluring like physically, but also like from your personality wise, you are also alluring as well too. And you come across as very intense, and is what I'm getting here. Maleficent is a very intense individual, right? Like physically and also personality wise, but it's because of the issues that she had to go through, if that makes any sense. She's been betrayed, she's been backstabbed, everyone treated her dirty, everyone treated her wrong. 919 on the timestamp. And because of that, it's like she had a very difficult time trying to find the goodness within the world, because she never got to experience that. And I'm getting for some reason like that story like relates to you in a way. So if you guys haven't watched Maleficent, I really recommend at least watching like the very first one, because you at least like get an idea of where I'm coming from and things like that. But if you don't feel like it, that's totally fine. I'm just getting that like that is for some reason is very relevant because I usually don't go back on movies that I watch, but I felt like that need to do so, and I feel like because there was a message there that needed to be relayed back 10:00 on the timestamp. But yeah, I'm getting that basically you went through this healing phase where like you have basically like loved yourself and things like that, and so you are just very bold and passionate in going after whatever it is that you want, right? And I'm getting that you're just focusing right now. Like I get you, like not only still in the process of like still going through that part where you're like learning how to do self care and how to love yourself, but like you're also going through this process where you're trying to learn how to go after whatever it is that you want. If that makes any sense, I feel like before a lot of you had a difficult time going after what it is that you want, and it's because I feel like it's because you never had that opportunity to be able to really express yourself. Like for example, like some of you guys might have been in a household or like you just been really busy and things like that that you never had the time to go and express yourself, but I'm getting like you are now finally stepping into that stage where you're able to do so, if that makes any sense. And I'm getting that like with Maleficent, for some reason like I was really drawn to like the scene. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched, if you don't want to watch it, you can just skip through this section. But there was a scene in Maleficent where her wings got torn, right? Where Prince what was it? Prince. No, no. King Stefan. Yeah. When King Stefan basically used her good kind nature will and basically took advantage of her and things like that. And for some reason, I'm getting that to be very significant. Like for some of you guys, you might have also. I'm getting like some of you guys might have dealt with like a love situation where that might have resonated. If that makes any sense. Like for some reason, I'm getting that like there being like a very significant part. I'm getting like some of you guys, it doesn't have to be a love situation, but I am getting that strongly. I'm getting that there was like some sort of connection with a particular person, right? That you had like a very emotional bond. It could have been even a friendship, right? And I'm getting that whoever this person is, it's like for some of you guys, if it's a love situation, which I'm really getting here, it was like kind of almost like very fairy tale like, very like love at first sight and things like that. But I'm getting that like you fell deep into the situation to the point where you couldn't really see this person's intentions, only for you to be like backstabbed and betrayed. And it really sucks because I'm getting like you're the type of person that was like very, like I hate to say this, but like you were very naive at that time to like kind of believe that everyone was pure. You know what I'm saying? Because like in the Maleficent movie in that time, like Maleficent, she was a like a regular fairy. You know what I'm saying? Like she never experienced like I would say like hatred or like she never experienced like human emotions that are like so severe like other people did, you know, like if people felt anger, it's like she never really experienced that, if that makes any sense, until she had to go through that situation because she's been surrounded by humans, if that makes any sense. So I'm getting like community also plays a role. I'm getting like very similar to that of Maleficent. Like there might have been things about you that really stood out from the rest of the people. Like you might have been dealt with like this person's community, right? Or like this person just like stepped into your world or something like that. But it's like you two are like two worlds apart. And like it was very difficult for you two to like understand each other and to mesh with each other. If that makes any sense. And I'm getting it's not the fact that if this is a love situation that the person didn't like you. It's just that they felt like that they couldn't conform to your like standards, if that makes any sense. And I feel like insecurity has to play a role here because King Stefan, he used his ego to get the best out of him, and as and he wanted to use Maleficent as like a prize for like accomplishing by killing this amazing beautiful creature and for everyone to look up to him. 8:11 on the clock. And I'm getting that that's like the same thing with this person. This person, like, it's not to say that they didn't find you attractive, but it's like this person ego was like much more bigger than their love, if that makes any sense. And I'm getting that this person basically used you, took your kindness for granted and used you, and might have even like did some things to also convince the community as well too to go against you. 5:11 on the timestamp. They might have used the community to go against you as well too, and therefore a lot of you guys like had a very difficult time having to trust yourself, having to love yourself because of the way how everyone treated you. Everyone treated you to be the type of person like you were the problem, you were the monster, you were the issue of everything that's happened, when really it was just because one person seemed so convincing at running their mouth that everyone just took everything that this person said by word. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, you are not that type of person. And yes, even though your appearance, like with uh Maleficent, even though she seemed a bit intimidating because of her appearance and how unique she was no different from them. That's the thing. But people wouldn't have noticed that because people just took this guy's words from mouth that like she was evil, that she was going to go and like curse the entire like village and things like that, and people really believed him because he seemed like somebody that was high of power, and like appearances are deceiving, right? And some people are very talented with influencing other people in such a good way. And usually those people are salespeople as well too. But yeah, I don't know why, but I'm getting like so many references from Maleficent. I feel like that the movie itself is like a message. So if you guys want to watch the movie, I highly recommend it. This is not a sponsored video, but I mean like everything that I'm channeling is mostly from the Maleficent movie because I'm getting a lot of messages from there. And I feel like it's because I feel like that it is meant to for you folks to connect to, because I feel like I don't know about you, but I personally, whenever I am dealing with difficult situations, I like to look back onto things or like listen from other people's experiences. That way it makes me feel less alone and at least bring me comfort knowing that I'm not the only one going through this, and that there's someone out there that is also going through the same thing, and that I'm not the crazy person, if that makes any sense, right? To make you feel like that, yes, that your feelings, what you're going through, is valid and you're not crazy at all, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's I'm getting like a lot of references in regarding to Maleficent, but basically the message that I'm getting here is that you may feel like that things are not progressing in the way that you want. You might have lost hope in your life. It's like you still have that drive and you still want to go after your goals, which is amazing. The fact that you guys are like still working to continue keep having that drive and passion, don't lose it, because that is going to be your fuel to help achieve your dreams and goals. The issue is that with the Page of Cups here, this is what's blocking you from achieving your financial success over here. This right here. You folks are way like too much in your head is what I'm getting here. You're like imagining and thinking of the possibilities that could be, but it's like you're not striving to put in the action. And I'm getting here what you really need to do is like, yes, even though there is so many endless possibilities, or there's so much opportunities out there, if you don't start taking any of these opportunities, you're just going to be stuck in la la land and you're not going to progress. If any of you folks know, with the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups is just a kid who's stuck in his imagination and he doesn't know how to escape out of it. It's good to dream and it's good to dream big, but if you don't put in that action to accommodate your visions, you're not going to progress and you're going to still stay in like that 5-year old's mindset of imagining things to come to fruition. So what I'm really getting is once you learn to mesh those things together, to mix those things together, I'm mostly getting a lot of you guys may feel like that you guys are scared to take risks, but the thing is like you only learn by taking risks and experiencing things. And yes, some of you guys are probably wondering, well, I'm so overwhelmed with so many of the options. What do I go with? go with whatever feels good for you right now. You know what I'm saying? And like, don't go and starting things that are way too difficult. Start with things that are small, like tater tots, and then work yourself up to big potatoes, if that makes any sense. And I feel like from there, you're gonna be soaring high. You folks are meant to be the king of pentacles, regardless of your gender. But it's like, because you're stuck in this imaginative scenario of like what ifs, it's preventing you from growing forward. So I'm seeing you guys being able to do that. So once you guys start doing that, I see a lot of success happening for you, to the point where some of you guys, financial abundance, or even some of you guys, like even starting your own business, owning your business, and it going like soaring through the roof. But yeah, that's pretty much the message that I have for you guys. Hopefully that helps, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.